Welcome, lovely Leo, to your general timeless reading. I will begin your reading with crystal and turban seashell scrying, symbolic cards, and if spiritually guided, I also have tarot and oracle for you as well. Let's go ahead and roll, lovely Leo, and see what Spirit has in store. Holy Spirit, Holy Divine, all who are with me in the highest divine realms of love and truth, I ask that you please give me clear understanding, clear communication, and interpretation skills to bring forth the most loving, truthful information that Leo needs to know most. Thank you, Spirit. What would you like to tell Leo, please? Oh, here. Thank you. Okay, who is Leo? Okay, Leo. What I'm seeing here is you're coming through as a turtle without a shell. Okay, and it's like you're standing upright, like you're kind of like you know how a frog will sit with their hind feet, right? Their hind legs. That's what I'm seeing you do. You're kind of like sitting with using your hind legs, but you're sitting upright, okay? And you have your head facing up towards the sky as if you're it's almost like wishing up on a star, okay? Now, I'm not seeing your eyes because your head is, looking up so much. But what I am seeing is I'm seeing your neck, which is about communication, throat chakra, and I'm also seeing your nose. So that's telling me your senses, your intuition, your abilities, and your mouth is open and it's smiling. Okay. So again, your mouth, here's a nice thing. I'm not seeing any kind of teeth, whether, depending on the turtle, like as far as teeth goes, um, teeth symbolically for me are a symbol of communication. Okay. So where I'm not seeing any teeth at all, that's a good sign because either if I see like one tooth missing or something like that, or jagged teeth, it could be very negative. So this is a very, very positive sign for you, Leo. The only thing is you don't have your shell. Okay, like and the shell is supposed to be like your house, your protection, right? But there is a spirit guide that's coming through that is huge, that is surrounding you. Okay, so I feel like what's going on here, Leo, is there may be something that you may feel like, um, hold on, Pookie, back, honey. You may feel like there's some kind of sense of insecurity, instability with something. This could be in many different directions. This could be with romance. This could be with family. This could be, did you hear the car just honk? There's a confirmation. This could be financial. Take it how it resonates. But there's something here of where you're wishing. It's almost like hoping and praying that something works out. But it's like at the same time you're smiling. Okay, you're happy. So it's like releasing. It's almost like releasing something that would normally have you being stable or secure in some way. Okay. Um, this could be some of you. It could be like it, just for an example, this isn't going to be for everyone, but let's say you're in a situation of where you went through some kind of separation romantically, and so there was a split, right? And now the income is only on you, and so you have lost your shell, like a sense of security, right? But spirit's telling you that don't have fear, okay? Because as long as you are staying connected to the Most High, to the divine, and you trust and have complete 100% faith that your needs will be met, the divine is letting you know that they will be more than met, okay? As long as you're doing all that you can do, Leo, taking action, putting forth effort as much as you possibly know how, and then trusting the divine to help you behind the scenes to bring in the rest that you need. Okay. And something else that I do, guys, like, so let's say if I'm in need of something, uh, I'll just use this for an example. Say, like, if I needed $45 to pay a bill, then, because this is something that's happened to me before, I don't remember the exact amount, but years ago, like, I needed money to pay something, and I needed it like within 3 days, I think it was. And so I prayed, and uh, I was in divine alignment already. Okay, so, but I went to God, and I asked, I said, this is my situation. You know my situation, but, I'm going to speak it because I believe in speaking things into existence. So I spoke it, and I said, this is what I need. I made it very clear, and I need it by this date. Please help me. Please help me. I've done everything that I know how to do. If there's something else that I can do on, my end of things, please, show me, tell me, or both. Make it evident to me, give me an idea, something, and I'll do everything I can. But I need help. I need divine assistance. And the money came, but more than what I needed came. Okay. And before it was due. So, that's what I'm talking about here. It's something about, in one sense, losing something that normally keeps you protected or gives you a sense of security. But then understanding that you never needed that to begin with. Okay, if you trust 100% in God and the divine. Okay, I love that. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the symbolic cards. Spirit, Holy Divine, please give me the top 2 cards for Leo. Please give me the top 2 cards for Leo. Please tell me when to stop. Please tell me when to stop. Thank you. Communication. I really feel like, since I'm seeing the neck and I'm seeing the mouth, there may be something here, Leo, you may need to communicate either to someone or to the divine. Okay, you may need to speak a wish, something, or some kind of need to the divine that has to do with security, stability of some kind. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, I heard now. What do we have? Okay, I'll go over these in just a moment. Look at there. New solutions. I kid you not. Okay. Spirit, I love you. I love it. Oh, my goodness. Okay. So, with this first one, okay, you see how fancy this is? That, it's like a party. It's supposed to be like a party basket, okay, is why I created it. That's the meaning. So, but it's also coming through as like a joker, okay, a jester, a prankster, okay. Now, I feel like what Spirit's saying here is that it's like awakening to the fact that, well, I'm getting 2 things actually. First of all, it's like awakening to the fact that you never needed that shell to begin with. Okay. That the divine, that God is always there for us, period. The shell is just kind of an extra sense of security. So you never really needed it. Okay. It's kind of like God gave you that until you could get to the point of realizing, it's kind of like, using a shell as a crutch until you could mature spiritually enough to understand that you don't even need it anymore. It's okay because God's got you. That's what I'm getting here. But then for some of you, it could also be like the jester, the joker. This could be like someone or represent a job or a person, place, situation that you've had to walk away from. Some kind of like trickster energy, maybe bringing in some kind of toxic energy or energy that it's almost like, yeah, almost bringing in some kind of like devil energy. Even if this person, place, or situation wasn't actually like toxic, it could have brought some kind of like toxic feelings or toxicity into your life somehow that like would bring you out of balance, is what I'm getting. Okay, but it's like all of a sudden you decide to release that shell. Okay, that sense of security. You start trusting in the divine. And with this card, of course, it's a card, so the gears are not turning, and I meant it that way. So it's like feeling like there may be a sense of being stuck. But once you release whatever this shell means for you, that sense of security, that is bringing in some kind of energy that's not the best for you, that doesn't make you feel good, then all of a sudden these gears start turning. New solutions start coming in from the divine. Once you start, again, you got to take action, okay? And always make sure before you do anything financial, I mean, we've got to be smart about this. You don't want to walk away from a job and not have any money, to the side built up that you can live on for at least 6 months until, something else. But I always recommend have another job that you've already been hired at, not just putting applications in, but you've been hired and your start date before even thinking about walking away, unless you got all kinds of money and you don't have to worry about it. Okay. But, just be smart about it. But it's like once releasing something that's no longer good for you, something that you really thought you needed for a long time, but it's having some kind of effect on you, then all of a sudden, boom, these gears start turning. And it's like, again, God's saying, I got you. Here's an idea. Boom. Here's another idea. Boom. You can go over here and do this. And by the way, I'm going to send you some other stuff too. So you're going to have more than what you need, more than what you asked for. Okay? I love this. Okay, where would you like for me to go for Leo? So Leo, the main gist of this is no worrying. Okay? No worrying at all. As long as you trust and have 100% faith and take action. Okay? All right. Whoa. Okay. Was this you, Spirit? Yes. That's a lot of cards. Okay. Okay, guys, give me just a second. Okay, okay, you want me to do this pile first? Or this one? This one? Okay, thank you. So Spirit wants me to do this pile first, and I have to do them how they came out. Okay, so hang on just a second. I'm going to lay these out. Which pile next? They came out in 4 different piles. This one? Okay, so pile 3, and then we have pile 4. Okay, so let me get these situated. Okay, so Spirit, do you want me to give them in the same order? Yes, okay. So here's what we're going to do. So we start with the Knight of Wands. There you go. Going on a new adventure. Doing what makes your heart sing. Something that you have passion about. Something that, really makes you happy. Instead of being in this joker, this jester type energy. Yeah, your shell may have been giving you some kind of security here. But at the same time, if it causes you so much stress that your body gets sick, then what point is that? Right? So, that's just an example. But yeah, Spirit saying, okay, we're starting out here, going on a new adventure, not knowing how things are going to be when you complete the adventure, just knowing that you're going on an adventure. And that's what you're supposed to be passionate about, being happy about going to do. Okay, something new here. And it come out with the Ace of Pentacles. So that's a new beginning here. Possibly financial, okay, for some of you. Again, it doesn't have to be. It could just mean something with the 3D realm, something tangible that we can touch. And then we have the Page of Cups. So this again, okay, so it's like I'm feeling like for some of you, this is like some kind of new offer coming in. So you may, it doesn't have to mean that it's like actually someone offering you something, but it could be like, because the Ace of Pentacles, that's a possibility. Okay, it's not like set in stone. It's like if you take action towards it, and it did come out with the Knight of Wands, taking action. Okay, now if you take action towards some kind of opportunity here, then I feel like it's going to be profitable for you. Okay, but I feel like this opportunity, you may have to go towards this opportunity. Okay, again, you taking action. But when you do, it's like the opportunity flourishes, it opens up. Okay, now we're going to go to the next set, Spirit, same order. Yes, okay. So we have the High Priestess with reverse or upright, upright. Three of Wands, so that's actually taking action, getting ready to step out, take action, movement forward. And reverse or upright, upright, we have the Wheel. Okay. So, yeah, so definitely it's like Spirit saying, I feel like, again, because of the Spirit guide, and you were looking up at the stars, and you were like wishing up on a star, or saying some kind of prayer, or attempting to manifest something here. The High Priestess, this is a card of high intuition, very mysterious type energy. And I feel like Spirit's just basically saying the same thing in a different way. It's like if you listen to your intuition, okay, and you take that step forward with this Three of Wands, you take that step forward, you take action, okay, towards whatever this is, then you're going to literally be controlling this wheel of fate in the direction of your path, which would be opening up some kind of new potential. And again, it could be financial or just something within the 3D, something you can touch. Okay. Do you want these in the same order, Spirit? Yes. Okay. Reverse or upright? Upright. And we have the Empress. They came out with the Nine of Cups. I'm telling you, wish fulfillment. I can't make this up. Leo, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you're coming out with the Empress energy here. Okay, that's a very abundant energy. Oh my gosh. That's the energy also of creating something new. And that's exactly what you would be doing here. Creating, giving birth to something new, some kind of, and you've got the solution. You're going to be given the solutions here to do this, the ideas, the direction for the path. Just listen to your intuition, because this is going to be wish fulfillment. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, in the same order. Yes, reverse or upright. Yes, okay. And what do we have? Nine of Wands. Okay, so with the Nine of Wands, well, let me see what else is coming out here. Okay, reverse or upright, upright, and we have Two of Swords in the upright, and we have Three of Cups. Okay, so I feel like Spirit's saying here, this Nine of Wands, that's a wounded warrior, okay? That's like somebody that has really been through it, okay? Time and time again. Almost to the end of a cycle, but not quite, okay? So it's like having to take a break from all the fighting and everything, and it doesn't mean physical fighting. It doesn't have to be that, okay? But it's like just a scenario, okay? So it's like taking a break from, the fight, from the war, from that could just be daily life. You know, if you feel like you've had a rough life, it could be taking a break, okay? Having to take some time to recharge, regenerate, charge your battery, right? To heal. And then stepping back out when you feel like you're ready to complete out a cycle. So, what that can mean for some of you, let's say you have that job and you feel like this jester is the toxic energy that is making you feel out of sorts somehow, okay? And you're going to have to go put in applications somewhere else and take on a new job. Well, it's like Spirit saying with this Nine of Wands, that job or having that job doesn't have to be the job in specific, but there's some kind of effect, okay, from this job. Could be the people there, whatever. It could be that it's a night shift job and you are more set to second shift, whatever. But there's something here that is causing you to um, need to rest, recuperate, and heal, and see that there's another way, which would be putting in the application somewhere else, attempting to get a job somewhere else, okay? With that Two of Swords. Because the Two of Swords, for me, it's like, this person has on a blindfold, and, you can look at it two different ways. Because we do have the High Priestess, so the blindfold could be saying, to use your intuition and see another path. Or it could be that Spirit's saying for some of you to remove the blindfold and see another direction intuitively, okay, with the High Priestess. But it's like needing to take a rest, to take a break, to allow yourself to heal enough to finish out your last 2 weeks at that job, something like that. And then the cycle's closed, okay? And with the Three of Cups, this is celebration energy. This is like coming together with friends, family, having some kind of celebration. So I definitely feel like, Leo, I have to say wish granted. I mean, it's like I'm feeling I have to say wish granted. Okay, Spirit, Holy Divine, please give me some last bit of information for Leo with the Oracle. Which one? This one? Thank you. Okay, so we're going to go to the angel numbers. Okay, what angel numbers for Leo, please? What angel numbers for Leo? Okay, thank you. What do we have? We have 1001. So you could be seeing ones, you could be seeing zeros, you could be seeing the number 2 as well, and it could be one number 2, or it could be many. Okay, but it says spiritual awakening, and also something to think about: ones and zeros in the matrix. We are made up of ones and zeros. If you recently, I had a vision and something that had happened to me, an experience that happened to me several years ago when I was going through my awakening with extraterrestrial beings. And I was actually on a spacecraft and with a lot of other higher vibrational humans. And we were seeing this big screen and it was all zeros. And I remember I was thinking, where are the ones? Because we're supposed to be ones and zeros. But it's like spiritual awakening, beginning to wake up to realizing that the ones and zeros are actually the matrix, because the divine code is zeros. Zeros, okay? No ones. So it's like new beginnings, personal development, prioritizing creativity, and heading in the right direction. I cannot. I cannot make this up. Cannot. Oh, wow. A new phase in a religious or spiritual quest. There's the quest, the Knight of Wands, your first card out. You're going through a spiritual awakening, which can feel like the dark night of the soul. You're on the path to enlightenment, and this too shall pass. So, yeah, again, anything any thoughts, any emotions, make sure you process those when you release whatever that security, that turtle shell would be for you. As you release it, you may feel scared, afraid. How am I going to make it? What am I going to do? Just remember that as long as you stay in alignment with God, okay, you will be divinely protected, okay? And speak your needs, because we have a lot about communication and vision coming through. So make sure you speak clearly what you need to God the divine. Take action towards it. Don't worry about the outcome. Just take action towards doing what makes you happy, okay? And as you do, new opportunities are going to be opening up for you. And this is going to lead you into wish fulfillment. Very, very happy here. Just make sure you use your intuition and listen to your body. So if your body says, hey, I need to rest, I need a day or two off, whatever, listen to your body, okay? Because that Nine of Wands is very important, so you can close out this cycle, so you can finish up that last 2 weeks at work, or whatever this may be for you, and you can close that out, and you can actually begin this new journey of wish fulfillment here. Okay, I'm going to leave this with you, Leo. So much love, happiness, and success, my friends. May you find your miracle in everything. If we look hard enough, we will find it. Much love.